One of these days, what's going on here? One of these days, I'm gonna know what I'm gonna talk about when I'm gonna talk. Till then, that is, I see what's happening. I see what's, wow, that's neither here nor there. So today is October 23rd, 2025. And this has actually been a really good week. It's been a pretty solid week. Like, been a decent amount of things that have happened within the last week. I'm pretty much back at full thought and function and emotional capacity, which has allowed me to eat better, sleep better, operate better throughout the course of the day. I've had several key conversations that I believe have or will enhance what's to come. Doing a lot more thinking on things and even just looking at what I'm sacrificing. So, anime and gaming are probably my only two, not the only two. Those are my core two uh, cruxes, vices. Gaming had been, it was a fun time. And then there became a point where it was the only time, not, I'm not going to exaggerate, not the only time, but in those moments, there was happiness. Just because there were parts of whatever outside was for me, maybe necessarily wasn't happy or the greatest or whatever I was going through in the moment. And so there are often times when, life maybe was beating me up or something was happening. Going to a game would bring me joy. And I've always gone back to that. Excuse me. Once I got into anime, kind of after the Dragon Ball Z days, and Netflix comes out and all this anime is on Netflix. And then I find out there's a whole community of people who watch these that look like me, no doubt. Well, I was like, well, shoot. And y'all play games too? This is probably where we need to be because a lot of these people going to operate to some degree like me, which is still very much true. Thing is, in order to get something, you have to give up something. And the something that I want is growth in my life. The something that I want is making sure I, and in that connection to me, my family, that is still trying to figure it out, they can still come to me. Like I have people who I'm really just realizing that we are in like we kind of in prime time right now. Like we are the ones. We are the ones who will set everything up. We are the ones who build the foundation. We're the ones who get to create an example to follow. And to create an example to follow, like you got to create the right example. And so much of me has been what people have remembered. I'm not necessarily in that same space because at this current state, this current position in time, there's a few other things that are more important than the gaming and the anime. And I'm not saying I'm removing them completely from my life. What I am saying is that I'm creating more time for everything else. I'm creating more time for learning. I'm creating more time for structure. I'm creating more time for thinking. I'm creating more time for creating. I'm creating for more time for studying. I'm creating for more time for myself. Creating more time for myself. So I had cut. So I initially was going to get a video game this month, the last month. Well, it was beginning of this month. Had I completed the two goals that I had left for September, it didn't happen just because, and I'll say it may have been a pattern. It was like I grossly underestimated how much time it was going to take me to do that. Where I'm watching a video and I'm really just writing everything down. There's no shorthand. It's it's watch, pause, write. And I'm writing every single word. Now, it's because I wanted to keep the information because this is essentially study material. This is the groundwork for the career. This is the groundwork to build on. And so I wanted to have the information. I remember going to writing things in notebooks, and I still want to have that kinetic feeling. But I grossly underestimated how long it was going to take me, and I didn't get to finish. And so where I thought I was going to get two done in a month, I didn't get any done. And if you get nothing done but set a reward and a goal for yourself, if you completed them, you can't go and just buy it just because you feel like it because you're grown. That I could, but what good was that going to do me? Not going to do me any good because I still have to get the information so I can be better at the job that I have. I still have to learn this other audio. I still have to learn other things so I can look at the landscape and pay better attention to what's going on so I can make better financial decisions. Better financial mm, better financial decisions. It's not like they're bad now, but as opposed to just focusing on the working, focus on where the money is going. So a better financial decision in the better ways to invest it. I don't know why I needed that clarity, but I just wanted to throw that out there. So grossly underestimated that. And I think maybe with a lot of what's going on is that there's so many distractions taking place. We're just missing things, just missing life. Oh, the month went by fast. I don't know. It go by pretty slow to me because I work on being present, at least in every day. And what I do in that day is what I do in that day, but I at least work on being present every day. When I wake up, I know how much time it is, and when I choose to not do anything, when I decide I'm going to do something, I'm not going to do something, I understand what the value of that time is. Because at least if I understand it, I can't get mad at myself for not using it wisely. So that's just how I keep myself sane and accountable. But when you're not focused, things just go past. When things just go don't just go past, and there's a deadline, and you're like, oh my gosh. Or you're not taking it as seriously as putting the amount of effort into it that is needed to actually accomplish that goal. And now, when I set the goal, I just set it because I'm like, it's 30 days. It's no different than reading a book. It's just 2 hours. Not thinking that the 2 hours doesn't even really count because of how long it takes me to write it all out, right? It's like I need the whole day. And on the days that I may have more of a day, I was not taking advantage. So that's the one thing that I am working on, which is why just some of the, and then the extra part is the scrolling on the phone. I'm working on removing the phone from my workspace and just putting locked in focus time for maybe in spurts, maybe, 30, 45 minute blocks. How many 30, 45 minute straight focus blocks can I create in a day? And then see if I can then stretch them out. Right? Like if I can focus for a solid 30 minutes, no, no zero. And I think I can do generally about an hour before I'm like, man, all right, clock. I gotta look at the clock when I got a 2 hour time slot for studying. I look at that clock. Um, Generally after about 30 minutes. We'll go through the whole 2 hours that writing. So I don't even really think that's necessarily the best way for me to learn, but that's the way that I currently have. And until we can find a better way, I don't like the typing. I don't know. There are some parts of physically doing the thing that I don't want to let go of because I still like using this tool. I still like using this tool. So, we just want to find a way to work through it, work around it, um, or just dedicate full days to getting far more of it out than not. So that was a great discussion that we just kind of had right here. On top of being in a position to where I possibly can take the part of the people part of what I can do, there might be opportunities open for me at work to take advantage of that. And I'm doing better at thinking of ideas, and I'm doing better at being a little more what do you call it? What do you call it? What do you call it? Have a little bit more forethought and creating a vision and having structure and facilitating when I'm speaking to a group, working on it because the preparation part that I really got to get down. And then the constant learning and listening to information that A is not only going to enrich me, but is exciting to listen to at the same time. Like I'm feeding to listen to it. And so that's been good. Came back from that trip. I gained more weight than I was supposed to. I gained more weight than I was supposed to when I flew out to see the people, but now we back and going back to regular eating and losing that weight and getting this workout straight. So, did we? No, yeah. We had a great talk with Cuzzo, Siso. Cuzzer. We had a great talk. We had a great 3 hour talk. Got to learn a little bit more, understand a little bit more, and at least to the only way that I can think of, help a little bit more. So all I can, I'm at a point where I can give what I can give, but there's so much I got to give to me, and I want to be able to give. I want to be able to give to them. I do want to be able to give to them, but I know I got to give to me because I haven't really given to me a whole lot in these 44 years. So I'm working on giving to me more, and being here by myself allows me to give me more. We're about to start to have to give to others on a little more regular basis. So we will definitely talk about that when it gets here. Yeah, that's really about it.